Hi, it's Hans at happierman.com. Today's topic is your own reset. Well, this is December 2020 as I'm speaking, and you're starting to see, that term, right? The reset in the news and elsewhere. And let's say some people will be on board for that they think some sort of a reset is necessary, and the other side would say, as a conspiracy theory, well, that's the worst thing in the world, to have some sort of a reset from our overlords. And I'm saying, yeah, I don't really like the term from the overlords, but when hasn't the people at the top thought it was right for them to rule us, right? The people at the bottom. And to them, the peak is very, very, very small. So even if you're doing fantastically well, you're probably not at the peak. So you would be the one getting ruled over. So my point is, it's when I've read history, been to history class, go to read my own books, watch documentaries, just have a general, hear stories, it sounds like this is the way it's always been, that the people at the top have always thought it was appropriate for them to rule the people below them, and this is just one more method for them to do that. But we're getting, smarter and more with it to the power that we have of our own lives. And I'm saying, if you want to reset things for yourself, well, then go ahead and do it for yourself. For you. What do you need to do? If you go to the website at happierman.com, if you get my book, see my book there, Leave Your Wife and Become a Happier Man, the 3-step system. These are all things that I've done for me. How did I make my life better? I went from a terribly henpecked, belittled, verbally abused husband to free and easy, carefree, loving life, and able to do mostly almost everything I want to do, right? I'm not a millionaire, but in some ways I have this millionaire lifestyle. I drive around in this beautiful pickup truck. I have an apartment all set up exactly how I want it. I come and go as I please. I have a great job I'm very, very good at, and it's not physically demanding. And it only takes 40 hours a week or less, with the vacation and the weekends and all of that stuff. And I'm growing the pensions and the investments and reducing the debts and everything. And I've been travel and I just kind of have this great lifestyle that I've reset for myself. And I think you would find that if you can focus all your energies on making your life better, it won't matter. It will not matter what they're doing at the top. Now, yes, I granted the COVID lockdowns have impacted me. I've gotten depressed just like you with all the lockdowns. All the stuff I like to do has been restricted from me, but that probably, hopefully this won't be that much longer, right? At some point, the people at the top will have to kind of relent. Enough of us will, probably revolt in some sort of a fashion that makes it obvious you can't keep doing this. And life will kind of get back to a little more sense of normalcy. But if the normal isn't good for you, how you're living now, how you were living before the COVID lockdowns, if all of that isn't good for you, then that's your cue that you reset, right? if you're in a bad marriage, if you're a verbally abused man, if you got all kinds of problems with your wife, well, check out the article I have on the website about leave your wife and become a happier man with a 3-step system. It will help you decide whether you should leave your wife or not. Probably you should anyway, but the book will help you. If you're in some situation, working is just not working out for you, well, this would be the time to start putting forth the effort to try to get something better. And this is the story of my life, is always putting forth the effort to do something better for myself. And it's only in the times where I didn't put forth that effort, where I just let life roll all over me, where my life was miserable. So I was married for many years. The first number of years were pretty good, pretty happy. It's just a whirlwind of things happening at a pace that I really couldn't keep up with. But I wasn't miserable. I was fairly satisfied with things. And then at some point, when my wife became verbally abusive, I had to screw up my courage and get my mind right and then take action. And the action was I left her. And ever since then, I've kind of used this 3-step system idea of getting your mind right, taking action, rest, recharge, heal, and grow to do everything I'm doing. And you can read about that stuff there on the website. But that gives you, I think, a pretty good framework for making positive changes in your life. And I think if you can keep that idea in mind, you'll always be able to get yourself out of whatever bad situation you're in and into something more to your liking. Because that's the essence of a good life, is to have a life to your liking. And if it isn't to your liking, well, then you have to make the changes necessary to get it back the way it was. And some of you maybe never had a good life, and you got to start over. Now, myself, I had this kind of fantastic bachelor guy lifestyle back in my mid-20s. I just didn't realize how good I had it. And I made some mistakes along the way, and getting married and all of that. But it had to reset over and over again. And this doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. This is your life we're talking about, right? If your life isn't how you want it, then it's up to you to make it so, to make it how you want it. And I would just call that a reset for yourself. That your life, you're going to make your own life better. So I wish and hope you can give that idea some real serious consideration. It'll be good for you. Excuse me while I back in here. I'm going to the grocery store. You can have a great life. The great life that I have now, I wish I had it all my life, right? I wish I had decades of my life back to enjoy them more. But this kind of life can be yours too. You can get all the stuff you want in your life, how you want it. You can reset it, make the great reset your reset, tune out all that noise from above and the media and the overlords. That kind of stuff isn't going to help you at all. What's going to help you is reflecting on your life, what happened this past year, what was good, what did you learn about yourself this past year with the COVID lockdowns, what did you just absolutely despise about them? That's important. What did you not mind about that? That's important too. Maybe there's things you did this past year that you never would have thought of because of the lockdowns, and now you can take advantage of that and do that more. And for me, there was things that have been restricted from me that have been further clarified that I really love to do. and I'm looking forward to getting back to doing those things. So in that sense, it's good. I learned how to work from home and all the technical mumbo jumbo of working from home and all this other stuff that was kind of good for me. That might be come in handy for other things. So give that idea some thought. Make the reset your own. All for now.